You were at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one is for Matt, who says, "Hey Digi, I know you're really behind right now, so just rant about this one cool black metal song and whether you think it's cool or not. The Plain of Ida by Blut Aus Nord. I thought it was a pretty decent track. I mean, the intro bit, there's a long, intro where it's just sort of playing this melody over and over that sounds very chiptune esque. It sounds almost like a video game. I'm sure it's just a synth or whatever, but it sounded so much like a game that and then it plays over the black metal. Once it finally takes off and becomes like this heavy song underneath that, but it's still playing the video game synth over top of it the whole time through. And I thought it sounded good, but at the same time it was weird because the imagery of the album cover that I'm looking at is this painting of the cold, frigid north done in a very visceral painted style. And the music of the guitars and everything, it sounds like a traditional black metal song that would reflect this atmosphere very well. And the melody being played, sure, I can picture an ice level in a video game, but because of the specific tones used, I just cannot picture anything other than an ice level in a video game at this part of the song. And I even think it sounds pretty epic. I think it would be a good video game soundtrack song. It's just such a strange feeling that I don't know if that was what they were going for, or if that's just my personal bias from having grown up playing too many video games. So I looked into this band. I mean, Blut Aus Nord, I'd never heard of them. They've been around since the early 90s. They clearly do atmospheric kind of black metal. I thought they kind of sounded in the vein of something like Agaloch. So I was wondering if they were a band that maybe followed from that trend, but it seems like they've been around as long, if not longer, than Agaloch, and have evolved their own sound over time. It's going by the list of genres they have on Encyclopedia Metalum, I would assume that they have changed their sound considerably across their albums. And but they have a lot of albums with really high scores on here from reviewers and shit, so I would have to assume they make some pretty good stuff. So I would be interested in hearing more songs than just this, because I enjoyed all of the compositional elements, even if I felt like the result of what I got was not necessarily what was intended. But I thought I wasn't in love with the long ass intro, but I did think that the instrumental high point in the middle of the song is good. It then dips out into a atmospheric midsection with some cool guitars, and then the ending is more of it picks up and becomes a black metal song again without the video gaming noise, and so you kind of get more of a sense of what the song would feel like if it didn't feel like it was a video game soundtrack. And so I was like, yeah, I could listen to more of this. I could see putting on one of these guys' albums and checking it out if I was, for some reason, trying to discover new black metal bands, which I'm not often, but, whatever.